Hello everyone, we're back today with another video. This is the second part to the last video that I made with the Dark Lord versus the Mortal Enemy. And the Mortal Enemy in this case is a veterinary clinic, and the vet itself, the doctor, that has now found to be under probation for abusing and neglecting professional medical practices when it comes to the veterinary clinic. The Dark Lord did speak about it and show a little bit more, and now it's raising awareness for people that have had their animal affected by the damages that this veterinary person has made on other animals and the way that they have their practice maintained as well. They look professional on the outside, but in the inside there's been a lot of shady activity, and what I mean by that is some of the people going in the store have been said to act a little bit strange and a little odd when they're moving about everything, and they say the doctor himself, the veterinary doctor, Sahaj Grawal, has been acting strange and bizarre too. So welcome to JoJo's Bizarre Enchantment. This is not something to be enchanted by or to be glorified. This time it's something really important. So we found out from the last part we shouldn't still send hate to those people. What will happen is now more stuff will be taken down. It's good to raise awareness, but just spreading hate to someone may actually compromise what's actually going on. If you have had something that happened to your animal inside of this veterinary clinic, just please do so. Send a message to thedarklord.cat. They made an entire story feed that you can have them post on there and share to everyone else. Now it's really important that you do that, because if anything were to happen, any evidence is needed, they will have it on there. And I have also posted it online as well too, so it can't just be taken down and ripped. Although something did happen recently where he did take down a review that was one of the most disgusting reviews that I have ever seen. Now I only have a part of that because I fell asleep and our time zones are a little bit different, but in the end of it I can describe a little bit of what happened because I remember it on the top of my head, and I have the beginning part of it as well too. The ending part of it was taken off of the news story because after like 12 or 24 hours, that just happens on Instagram. They don't keep it forever and it moves on and leaves. The ones that will make the difference are the ones that actually had something to do with what's going on there and have been affected by the veterinary doctor as a whole. Instead of going out there and being a person that feels like, oh, I love animals, and sending hate on there, it's really important that we know just to share stuff and not try to defame these people anymore. There are people that work inside their veterinary clinic that may be being extorted, and speaking of extortion, that is the idea of what this person has in their head when it comes to people. There's a whole website on what's going on right now, so if your animal has been affected by it, or even before you go there, you can actually see that this person has already been cited and had disciplinary action for what has been going on inside of their veterinary clinic by the Veterinary Medical Board itself, .ca.government. This is a government website which will show you anything that happens with people that have been accused, or if they have been fined or anything in between for their actions that they have committed against other animals. For an example, when we go to the probation section of this website, it'll show Dr. Grawal Sahaj and the vet ID number there. Los Angeles, California, which is exactly where this doctor is, so we know that's the name. We have the ID number. Effective October 8th, 2020, the license of Sahaj Grawal with an address record in Los Angeles, CA, was revoked, okay? The revocation was stayed, and his license placed on probation for 3 years for failure to wear protective gear during radiation exposure. So on top of just going out there and straight up abusing animals, this person is a dumbass and doesn't wear protective equipment during radiation exposure. Now I'm not sure, but it might mean just for the animals as well too, but you still need some type of protective equipment no matter what. You just can't go out there being an idiot. But this doctor feels otherwise, and the veterinary clinic doesn't take recognition for professional medical duties. Failure to fulfill duties of managing license C to meet minimum compliance standards, aiding and abetting unlicensed activity, failure to maintain anesthetic equipment, and in proper working conditions, failure to provide and maintain complete and legible medical records. So this person is like, pretty much can just extort people and tell them, hey, I can give you this medication instead of giving you the one that's actually meant for your dog that's better. And even if it's better or not, who knows? Maybe this person's making money. They choose what they do to your dog. No matter what, they feel in control, and it gives them power. And that's why this person has been set on probation. And before that, like I said, in this documentation, they were revoked, but they were stayed. And being stayed is an actual law term that refers to an order by a court halting proceedings of the court in part or entirely until a further specified event takes place. A stay can be in various forms: a stay in proceedings and a stay of execution. So pretty much revocation of the person's veterinary doctorate as well. So yeah, they go out there, they exchange medical records and alter them, and incompetence as well too. They're just an idiot, stupid person. And maybe that's why it's been revoked, because the person can be seen as really dumb. Medical pictures of animal abuse has been shown from people who have went to and used the Grewal, Dr. Sahaj Grewal's medical facility, which is located in California. It's called the Melrose Veterinary Clinic. You can check that out anytime you want. They even have an Instagram, they have Facebook, and yeah, he's also on LinkedIn as well too, so you can check all that out if you need anything. They have a YouTube channel too, where he does state that he's been making changes from what he did was wrong from the past, but didn't really say it as if it was like, he could say that it's an admission to what he's done and just manipulating it to see that it's actually good what he did do, and now he's changed, but he really hasn't changed. The YouTube channel is just stupid and dumb as well too, and I only say that now because I know what I know now, instead of just believing in everything's a coincidence, which I did say in my other video. If it looks like shit, smells like shit, and acts like shit, probably is shit. So, and we go into a little bit more because you can actually click on the copy of the action or view the doctor's profile in this to see what happened. So you have the case number, the document type, board decision and order, and when the document was posted, October 8, 2020, and then that's the 3 years, the case number again, and then you have the document type just showing the amended supplemental accusation in the petition to revoke the SOI, documentation that was posted then, November 21st, 2019, so happening a little bit before then. And when you go into the document type again here, the accusation, the document posted April 2nd, 2018, it's just showing everything that's going on with the doctor itself too, the veterinary clinic, the person that owns the facility, and then the license relationships and everything in between as well too. The disciplinary actions is really what makes it more organized and proposed here, as for the DCA.government and the citations as well too through the Veterinary Medical Board, and it shows that it started October 8th, 2020 and it ends October 7th, 2023. The action was revoked, stayed, and then probation. So yeah, stayed, as I said. They changed what they're saying until further notice. Now these are some of the materials that we've seen that people have gathered themselves and actually shared with the thedarklord.cat themselves to raise awareness for what's been going on inside of that veterinary clinic as a whole. And you see the picture with the dog with the eye popping out of its head when it went in just for a basic medical checkup. And when we go down a little bit more into what's been going on and happening there, this is the one that was wiped out completely like I was talking about earlier, and it's been a while, so I hope I remembered that I said that as a whole. But the doctor did actually remove one of the most disgusting ratings that was on the Yelp website itself, because I double checked that as well and I looked it up, the NK, and did everything that I could. So an update on Dr. Grewal's practices: they brought an 11-month-old dog to the office for routine neutering. When I brought the dog home, he was vomiting and sick. After phoning Dr. Grewal and being told that there was nothing wrong, we brought him back the next day. The Grewal took blood and x-ray and said there was fluid in his stomach. All he did was give an anti-nausea shot. He didn't even explore what the fluid was or why it was there, which is most likely due to actually having this person mistreating the animal as a whole. He did send the blood off to labs, okay, and then the dog died a couple of days later with internal bleeding, which may had to do with the surgery that happened but no one will know, right? We just, we'll believe that this never happened, but it did. Like, it's just like, it's not a coincidence. He had elevated liver enzymes in his blood with Growal. Didn't even do a pre-book analysis before the neutering. So these are all red flags, really. Like, I'm not saying the owner did something really bad, but maybe we can take in consideration and just take control of our lives a little bit more, and remember, no matter what, in the end, this person is taking advantage to other people that even may just want to go in for a basic medical checkup, like the thedarklord.cat themselves going in there and having their animals scream as they hear that. They ask, hey, what the hell's going on with my animal? Take them away and never see these people again. They need to be shut down, and they are a menace to society. And remember not to send hate to all the people there. There are ones that are working, and maybe they need a job. They may be being extorted right now, as we know. They could be being blackmailed or something. And at the same time, too, we do have to realize that this person, Dr. Jahal Grewal, however you say his name, it's getting redundant now, but he's going out there and he's bringing in people that just don't have medical licensing to come into the practice and help them out with such issues. So some of you may know Annette, who was his lead veterinary technician until she quit following the events of the dog's death. Annette says she will swear under oath that she quit because Grewal sometimes did surgeries in the exam room instead of the surgery room, would often refuse to wear a cap and gown or a vent during surgery. So this person just really likes to be disgusting and likes the blood and the gore, and the way that you can just treat animals really dumb and lazy and just execute them by pretending that you are sort of dumb and all that. So yeah, which is stated in the medical documentations of just just failure to comply with basic medical needs for the animal. Annette also says that he would pour honey and sugar in wounds to granulate them, and even saw him dip his finger in a honey and eat it before pouring honey into the wound. She saw, and then this is the part that gets cut off, but it says underneath that the animal would be affected, like they would just be not sterilizing the utensils, using them on other animals, and that can ultimately just kill anyone, as we know with basic tattoo etiquette, that you throw out the old needles and such. You don't use them in any medical practice for a human, and the definition of an animal includes human as well. We live and we eat for sustenance, and we live off of stimuli as well too, and that's how we are as human beings, that we react to stuff just like an animal would. We feel pain and such. So yeah, this doctor should be shut down overall, and I hope that this does happen sometime soon. We also have other stories and clips of everything in between, and let's get everyone that has been affected by this to actually say something instead of us going out there and decimating it as a whole. We can share, and then people that have been affected by it can raise court cases and have a lawsuit to hopefully have this person have their veterinary practice revoked completely and entirely. With all the evidence we do have, it should be simple as just going in there and taking it away from them at this point and just not allowing it to happen. Imprisonment is another factor that we could ignite here with that. Thank you very much. thedarklord.cat is where you go to share some information. Check them out. They'll share it on their profile page. I will post as much as I can in the meantime that has been posted on there for the near future, just to have an updated version of it for everyone to see, and for that to be known on the internet, because it will be wiped out. As we can see with the veterinary clinic himself, that dirtbag is deleting ratings and such. As we can see in the Google ratings itself, when you go on to the Melrose Veterinary Clinic in Los Angeles, California, we see that Dr. Grewal has been deleting anything that would be a negative rating, and they pay for ratings that would get them the highest ones, and they will make a rating pretty much stating that I will suck this guy's wiener off to make him feel good, and they're just fake ratings. Just don't believe them. Now, how can you have a borderline of really high highs and then low lows in a doctorate professional community for veterinary clinics there? It's sad to see. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment. Take care. That's all. I could talk forever about this, but it's sick. It's bad. Bye.